Do you have such a camera and are not able to use it? Does the device keep showing the device offline message? Never connects to the network or is asking for direct email and password? Keeps loading infinitely when you connect to your Wi-Fi? Are some of these problems? So this video here is the ultimate solution for your case. Hello, my dear internet users, welcome to another video here on the Franco Bastos channel. In today's video we are going to do the last troubleshooting video for this camera here, I hope so. Here's the camera and spy lamp. You who are having problems. These problems that I reported at the beginning of the video, we will, through this video here, show you the definitive solution for you to use this camera in the most stable way possible. But, for you to be able to solve your problems with this camera, it is very important that you watch this video here until the end. And then you will be able to easily do the whole procedure, even by yourself, because it is a very simple procedure. Just so you understand, we are going to install the Lite version on the cell phone, but at the end of this video you can even remove this Lite version. We're going to download it here just to solve problems with connecting the camera to the network. Another important observation is that we are not even going to take the camera now. The camera is here in the socket, but it is even turned off. Before the application asks us to connect to its network, we won't even touch it. We will not turn on, format or do anything with the camera. Attention, whenever you see this screen it means that I am talking about the iPhone configuration, that is, in iOS. So this video doesn't get long and boring, I'm just going to demonstrate on the iPhone what's different from other cell phones. Therefore, when I say nothing, it means that the procedure on the iPhone is the same as on other cell phones. Hence the first step is as follows, you will download this application from here. Let's search here in the Play Store. Here in the Play Store just search for V380 Lite. If you are using an iPhone, in the App Store you will search for this same app, the V380 Lite. Click this magnifying glass here to search. Here I already installed it to advance the video, but then the install button will appear. Here, just click install and then, when you finish installing, the open button will appear. Then we just click on the open button here. And then if you already have an account, just enter here with your email address and password. Remembering that this step of creating an account in the application is extremely important. You cannot skip this step unless you already have an account. So, if you already have an account, enter your email address and password and wait for me to take the next step. If you don't have an account yet, click on register here. So I'm going to select the region here. We click here and select our region. Here we enter our email address. I'm going to put here my PX email address from my bank in Brazil. If you want to talk to me, this email address I'm using is not for contact. I won't be able to talk to you if you send a message to this email here. This email address here I only use to receive money transfers and to do these tests. So I put here my email address and I'm going to put here the code that I received at this email address. To receive this code, we click here on verification code. I'm going to open my email application here, which in this case is Gmail, and I'm going to open here the email with the verification code sent by V380. My code is 752086. I inserted it here and now we click next. Now is the time for you to create a strong and valid password. As this is a test account only, I will use my own website address as the password, which is magazinefb.com. So it has to have at least 2 types of characters and here are these 2 types, which is a lowercase letter and a symbol. The symbol, in this case, is the dot. Let's repeat this password here and then now just click here on submit. And now yes, let's log into this account that we just created. Enter the email address used to create the account here. In my case it's pixito@magazinefb.com. And the password, which in my case is magazinefb.com and we click on login. On the iPhone, the login area can be requested. You click on your area and we click here on add, on that plus symbol. On the iPhone, you click the plus symbol and then add equipment. We click on Wi-Fi smart camera. And in hotspot connection, we click here and here we will select our Wi-Fi network. This is the network that we use the Wi-Fi connection daily. Then click on it. And here's the thing, here we're going to enter our Wi-Fi password. We enter here the password that we use in our Wi-Fi network. Look, this is something that I noticed that people make a lot of mistakes and I even got it wrong here. Very careful. Always click on that little eye and see if you're typing everything correctly, because it's very common for people to make mistakes here. And we click confirm. And now, only in this step will we take and format the camera for it to create the access point. It will create an access point, that is, it will create a temporary Wi-Fi network. Note that until now we had not even turned on the camera. So let's turn on the switch here. Okay, I've already waited here for about 30 seconds. It has already started, so now we are going to get the little key that comes in the kit. Be very careful to put it in the hole that says reset.
Restore factory default settings. Access point establishing. Access point established.
The camera said access point established, so we can now release the key and we can now connect to this access point that it just said was created. For that, we can click here on an AP connection point. I click here on I know. On the iPhone, first you click on Wi-Fi to access this same screen. If the network starting with the MV does not appear, we will turn Wi-Fi off and on again. See that the network starting with MV appeared here. We click on it to connect. And now just click this button here and return to the application.
Wi-Fi connecting. Wi-Fi connected.
And it completed the setup automatically. Now we are going to put the name of the device here. And I'm going to put it here as a garage, assuming I was going to put it in the garage. And click finish. And the device is already connected. This password that we are going to define now does not belong to the account, it belongs to the device. Just click on it. We click here on set password. But it is very important that you write down this password as well because in some cases it may be requested. And write it down along with that username. The username is admin by default, but I'm going to put it here as Franco. And the password, to differentiate it from the other, I'll put the magazinefb.com and I'll put the number 1 at the end. This one is to differentiate from the password of the account that is magazinefb.com. Down here we repeat exactly the same password that we defined for this device and click on confirm. Now we can access the images here from the camera. Click here and here are the live camera footage. Let's go back here. Just a reminder, if you're thinking about leaving this video right now, the setup process isn't done yet. You will most likely have problems with the device in the future, if you do not follow the procedure that we are going to do now. But before I forget, if this video is being useful, subscribe to this channel and help us finish hitting the goal imposed by YouTube for the partnership program by the end of this year. And the procedure is as follows. We are not going to use this Lite version. We are not going to use it, as it is a bit problematic for you to access it daily. So, for us to solve this problem is very simple. We will use other versions of the V380. You can use both the Pro version and the regular version, the non-Pro version. So we can click here and we can open the normal version of V380 here. Here I have the Pro and I have the normal V380 as well. I can use either one. I'm going to open the normal version. And then just click here on login and enter with the same password and the same email address that we used in the Lite version. I entered my email address here, and my password and I click login. And here it is working normally. As you can see, it's accessing normally, and we didn't configure anything in this application here, we only configured it in Lite. And here is the following will work on any device and any V380 application. Just use the same password and the same email address you set up for that account. You'll instantly access this camera without having to set everything up again. You can use it on Android, you can use it on the iPhone, on the iPad, on the tablet, on the computer. Once you set it up, you can use it from any app. So, the big takeaway you need to understand in this video is simply this. I hope this solution was useful for you. Goodbye and see you next time.